Good morning, everybody. Crafting Journey here. That Journey Tick on Instagram. It's Hump Day. Muck, 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 muck. Can't do that real well. Anyway, I am, optimistically thinking it's August. Fall is right around the corner. Today is the first day of school in these parts. Yep, everybody's got their mask and they're ready to go. I just, on a sad note, the number of COVID cases in my hospital yesterday tripled, yeah, in one day. Went from 30 to about 85. Yeah, it's real, guys. The Delta variant is very, very real. So I'm imploring with you, if you have not been vaccinated, please go get vaccinated. Right now we are having a crisis of the unvaccinated. Yes, get your vaccination. Okay, that's all I have to say about that. Anyway, this hat, made it last night. Look. Okay, yeah. Don't look here, look here. Yeah. So it's I made this out of the Boogie Nights. It's like shimmery. I'm actually giving away 3 skeins of this yarn in the giveaway, which I will put right there. The yarn, this month's yarn giveaway. But this is a super simple hat. It's just, it swirls around. It's made in the round. It's really simple to make. We're going to start that this afternoon on Craft With Me Wednesday at, how's it look? How's it look, guys? It's a slouchy beanie. Okay, so this is actually a 5 weight, but it's really, I think it's like between a 4 and a 5. So I went ahead and used it, but what you need for this afternoon is a 5 crochet hook, which I think is what's a 5? I don't know. Got one right here. And it just says 5. I don't know what that is on the alphabet. Anyway, a 5 crochet hook and a skein of yarn. 4 weight. Any 4 weight will do. Any 4 weight will do. Any 4 weight will do. Okay. The mouse is in the house. Let's work on the mouse. Okay. What symbol do I want to do? Okay. Not one that's in there. We'll do the hops. How are you today? It's Wednesday. I have to go into the office. Yes, one of my favorite days of the week. You guys know how much I love Wednesdays. If you are new to my channel, wow, I've gotten a lot of new subscribers. Welcome. I'm glad you jumped aboard. This is Crafting and Crime. It's a show that I do every day. I record it and put it up daily. I don't have a set time that it goes up. That depends entirely on how fast YouTube wants to upload the video. I record it before I go to work, whether I'm working at home or not. I get up early in the morning, I record it, I let you know what National Day it is, what this day in history is, and we talk about crafting and crime. We talk about, I try to cover a live trial. Right now there is no live trial. New live trial. There's 2 trials going on. One is the Robert Durst trial that's been going on for 2 months. Yeah, thank God I'm not covering that. The man is old as dirt. I think he's going to die before the thing is over. And then the other trial is over. They're in the sentencing phase, day 3 of the sentencing phase. I would hope that they're going to wrap that up soon and start a new trial that I can cover for you guys. Anywho, I have something really cool crime related to bring to you today. So thank you for subscribing to the channel. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up on your way out. It helps the algorithm, and I appreciate it so much. Anyway, you can also become a member of my channel. Down in the description is all about that, for as little as $1.99 a month. And it goes to support the content of my channel. And I'm going to tell you, yesterday, I need a pen. Oh, they're right here. I went into a live yesterday where I was enabled to buy a bunch of stuff. Yeah. It was a friend of mine. She's a colorist, and she was coloring. So she's like, well, in October, we're going to color this page. Everybody's going to color this page. And I'm like, I don't have that book. Over to Amazon. Then she's talking about these pencils that she's using, these Sue color pencils, and how great they are for shading. And I'm like, I don't have those pencils. Now, I have some Prismas, I have some Artezas. So, back over to Amazon, and the 180 happens to be on sale. What? For like $33. That goes in the cart. Then I remembered I wanted some fray check to put on the edges of my cross stitch so it prevents fraying. That goes in the cart. So, this has got to stop. Oh, what else? The coloring book, the pencils, the fray check. Oh, I ordered the pizza blanket. I want the pizza blanket. And I know I could crochet a pizza blanket. But let me tell you, I'm already crocheting a temperature blanket. And I'm a little behind on that. So we're not going to crochet any more blankets for a while until I finish my temperature blanket. So that's all I have to say about that. Anyway, that's where the money goes if you become a member or a Patreon to support the content of the channel. Because what I'll do is, once the stuff comes in, I'll unbox it. One of the Craft With Me Wednesdays, I'll bring in one of my colorist friends, and we will color this Halloween page. It's super cute. It's a Hannah Lynn, out of her whimsical holiday edition. I don't know. And we'll color together. So that'll be fun. But today we're crocheting in Craft With Me Wednesday. Yep, I'm going to show you how to start this daggone hat. Yes, I am. Now, where's my tweezers? I need tweezers. So yesterday, I started this hat about 6 p.m. while I sat down and watched The Bachelorette. Now, I had already seen the spoilers. I knew how it ended. But I had to see the drama. You know, the fake drama that they, it's 3 hours. They got to have some fake drama. So, yeah, so I watched that for 3 hours of my life that I will never get back. And then and so I was crocheting this hat, and I had it done by about 10:30. I mean, off and on, because you have to understand, I have 2 kittens, and if they see the yarn, they're like, yarn, Mom's got yarn. And I would have to like stuff it under the, hide it under the covers or up my dress somewhere. I have to hide it from them, and then I have to wait till they are distracted to get it back out and start crocheting again. Yeah, so it's not a straight 3-4 hours. At one point, Stitch had grabbed the, I had the hook and the yarn. Stitch had grabbed that yarn and he was gonna go with it. I'm like, no, it would have torn up the whole hat. So that little kitty cat, they're so active, yeah, and they're so cute, adorable. I was Tootsie, they were all three laying on the bed last night. Tootsie in the middle. Tootsie was playing with Pearl, like nudging her with her face and, paws. They play, and so obviously she's happy. So her tail's wagging. So what do you think Stitch is doing? Stitch is on his back, batting the tail. So I just quietly bend over to pick up my phone because it was beside the bed on the charger. So I bend over to pick up the charger or the phone, and I pick it up and I turn around and they're all three looking at me like, what are you doing? I'm like, thank God. This is why I don't do cat capers anymore. They are on to the phone. They're like, nope, Mom's got the phone. I'm like, guys, you were being so cute. I was so aggravated. Anyway. Oh, it's up in my eye. Oh, God. Gotta go to work. Gotta go to work. Work. Gotta go to work. Oh, I'm tired. Yeah, so I went to bed late again, because I've been taking naps. I took a long nap yesterday. I don't know why. I like a vampire. I like to sleep during the day and be up all night. It's just what I like to do. But today, I gotta be up all day. I was gonna take toothpicks around 11, 12 o'clock, but yeah. Anyway. Today is National Sons and Daughters Day. And guess what? I have one of each. I have a son and a daughter. I got my bookends, son, daughter, done. Complete. Yep. And they are terrific. I started to say kids. They're not kids anymore. They're adults. My son is actually retired from the military after 22 years of service. Yes, I'm an oldie goldie. Oldie but goodie. So, he retired. He immediately started growing a beard. I believe he's going to, his official retirement is until September. Technically he's still in the military till September because he had all this leave time coming. So from back in June, so July, August, all of this is leave time for him. So the official retirement will be September, and then I think he can go in as a civilian. So he's been just he gets up in the morning, he lounges around, he goes and works out. He has an MMA gym that he's very involved in. He's very into the mixed martial arts. He does judo. He's a black belt in judo, a black belt in jiu-jitsu. He has all kinds of stuff. Now his wife is doing it, which I think is really good because their kids are getting to the age where they're grown. My oldest grandson, he's going into the military any day now. He's all set. He's ready to go. Taking all his tests, all his physical. They found out he was colorblind. Who knew? The other grandson's a senior, so he wants to go into the military, so he's going to be gone in a year. And then my granddaughter started high school today. Yeah, I need to text her and tell her to have a fabulous day. If you have kids today, sons and daughters, if you have kids, I'm sure you have one or the other. Chances are good. Oh my God, I'm killing myself. So, oh, I'm tired. Anyway, I think I said that. Come on, pen. So if you have kids, today's the day. Let them know that you're thinking about them. If they're small, I used to put notes in their lunch boxes. So they could find it later on in the day. Mommy loves you. Not so they would be embarrassed. This was when they were little. I would put little notes in there, maybe jokes or something, just so they knew I was thinking about them. Historically, on this day, parents used to, for every child they'd had, they'd put a flower in the vase. And they'd set the vase on the table, and then they would, Mom would come in and out of the kitchen, and there would be the vase, and she'd reflect on her children. Well, first of all, I only have 2 children, so that's 2 flowers. I don't have a garden where I can go get flowers out of. And my kitchen's pretty small, so we're not doing that. I will text them. I'll tell them Happy Sons and Daughters Day, that I'm thinking of them, that I hope they have a great day. So, just do something like that for your kids. Or, if they're not in school, go take them for a walk. Kids love to go for a walk with you. I know it's hotter than Hades out there, but go for a walk. I'm not turning the light pot on because I wanted you guys to see, where I'm at, be able to see. The mouse is in the house. I haven't blinged any of this because these are the small rounds. Now you can use this sparklers for squares. And I could have blinged the eyes, but I'm just going to leave this the way it is. It's fine. I really want to get it done. How is there a square drill way over there? I want to get it done so I can go on to the next Alice. Because there's a lot coming up here at the end of the year. There's 2 more that I want to at least get to before the end of the year. The Alice Van Gogh and the Family Feast, which is Alice and all of her friends around the table. So that's one. I think that's a Lizzie Falcon, which I've already done a Lizzie, so I don't know, we'll see. I'm trying to do one of each artist. So I don't know. The Van Gogh is Jasmine Beckett Griffin, whatever. I'll have to see if I have any other artists that I haven't gotten to. And then I have an Ever moment that says we're all mad here. I'd like to get to that one too before the end of the year. So, on the subject of diamond paintings, my friend Mickey Sunshine Creates and I, right now we're doing a mystery diamond painting. She's diamond painting one that I bought for her. I'm diamond painting one that she bought for me. Not this one, but one that I work on the weekends. I have no idea what it is. I've done 3 or 4 sections. No idea what it is. And that's the beauty of a mystery diamond painting. So we have put in the Crafting Journey Facebook group and the Mickey Sunshine Creates Facebook group sign-ups for the next diamond painting mystery exchange. And all you have to do is leave your name in there and let me know that you want to participate. That's all. I had a forum last time and I don't need it. I don't need the forum. I know how to get a hold of you guys. So just put it, if you want to join the Crafting Journey Facebook group, just head on over there. There's a link down in the description to that. It's all the way at the bottom, but you just scroll down there, head over there, answer the questions, because I have moderators that are very strict. Yes. It keeps the bots out, and I don't want any bots in my Facebook group. And we have a lot of fun in that Facebook group. It's all crafts, diamond painting, coloring, crochet, loom knitting, whatever craft you're doing, feel free to share in that Facebook group. But anyway, that's where the signups are. It's pinned to the top. Just let me know that you're interested. Signups will end the end of August. Then we'll have September to order our paintings. Then we're going to wait for them to come in through September and October. And we anticipate a start date of November 1st. And this will be our 3rd one this year. Hi, Dootsie. I see you, girl. What you doing? Dootsie Doo, what you doing? Hi, baby. Hi, what are you up to? Hi. Hi, girl. Okay, go sit down. Oh, wow. I've wasted a lot of time today. Okay, let's talk about judge, jury, and journey. So this, I want to talk about a cases, I should say, that occurred a long time ago. So, this crime, the defendant's name is Curtis Flowers. And you may have heard of him. He is famous for being probably the person in this country that has been tried the most for the same crimes. He has been tried 6 times for the murders that occurred in this small Mississippi town, Winona, Mississippi. And if you're from Winona, you are certainly familiar with what I'm about to talk about, because there ain't nobody in that town that doesn't know about this case. This is one of those small towns where everybody knows everybody. The blacks are over here, the whites are over here, and they don't mix. There's clearly a racial divide in this town. You don't talk about this case, the blacks won't talk about it for fear that their houses will be burned down. The white prosecutor, the same prosecutor, this has been going on for like 30 years, and it's the same prosecutor that keeps, and he's an elected official. He keeps trying this case over and over and over again. You would think at some point someone would say to him, you know, maybe you should just drop this. Well, on the 6th, here's what happened. Let me back up. There's a furniture store called Tardy Furniture. Tardy, like you're tardy for work, you know, you're late for work, tardy. Tardy Furniture Store, one morning, there's 4 people are found dead, murdered in this furniture store. All employees of the store, in various locations in the store, and it appears that whoever committed these murders was a very good gunshot. They used a 38, 380. I don't know anything about guns. A 380. What's the difference? I don't know. Anyway, a handgun. 3 of the people were shot once in the head. Boom, boom, boom. And then the second person was shot once in the head and once somewhere else. So very good shot. And that person flees based on the bloody footprints out the back way. And they surmise that it would only be former employees or employees that would know that you could do that, flee out the back. So Curtis Flowers used to work there. So pretty early on, he becomes a suspect in these murders. Now here is the evidence against him. They have one particle of residue. They found 1 particle of residue on his hands. But they're like, yeah, but he could have washed his hands. Or he could have gotten a particle of the gunpowder on him by sitting in the back of a police car. You know? The person who committed the murder stole about $300 from the store. They found $250 at Curtis's girlfriend's house, hidden in the headboard of her bed. Now, some people don't like banks. Maybe that's where she kept her money. But they surmised that this must be the money from the furniture store. I don't know. Then there was the bloody shoe print that they figured out went to a size 13 Fila shoe, which he happened to be a size 13 and he happened to have a pair of those shoes. But it was a very popular brand back then. A lot of people had those shoes. He had an uncle that reported a .380 handgun missing, and that happened to be the handgun that was used. That's it. That's all the evidence against him. All of it. Circumstantial. No direct evidence. Now, there were a lot of witnesses to this, not to the murder, but witnesses that say, I saw him here and I saw him there and he was wearing this and he was wearing that, and nothing matched up. He was seen on this side of town and he was seen on that side of town, and he was wearing blue pants and brown pants, and nobody could agree on what Curtis Flowers was doing. Unfortunately, Curtis Flowers had no good alibi. You know, it was a Sunday morning. He's just hanging out. I don't know if it was a Sunday, but it was a morning time. He's just hanging out with his friends, you know. Well, no, he was hanging out with his girlfriend's children. They don't remember, you know. He's just hanging. And, you know, what do I do? I mean, it's just a typical day. Nobody, you know, people are going to confuse it with the day before and the day after, because it's always the same. I get up in the morning, I make coffee, I do the show every single day. I'm not going to remember one day from the next. Nobody's going to remember seeing me, because this is my morning. Anyway, well, mine's on film. So you know when I recorded this thing. So let me tell you about these trials, though. Well, the first trial was overturned. He gets convicted, but the conviction is overturned for prosecutorial misconduct. Going back to the prosecutor. Gets tried again. Comes back. He's tried again. Convicted. Goes up to the courts. It's overturned. Again, prosecutorial misconduct. Goes back down. The same prosecutor. Tries him a third time. The third time, he's convicted. The courts overturn it, saying the prosecutor had racial bias. You know, if there was somebody black was on the jury, he just let him go. He didn't state your reason. In general, when you are doing jury selection and you want to excuse a person of color, a black person, you have to state a race-neutral reason why you don't want them on the jury. And apparently that did not happen. He just like, you're out of here. So then it goes back and he's tried a fourth time. The fourth time is declared a mistrial. So the prosecutor tries him a fifth time. That trial ends in a mistrial. So the prosecutor tries him a sixth time. Now this murder occurred in 1996. Now we're up to like 2014, 2015. Tries him a sixth time. He's convicted. As of now, I don't know that case has been overturned. It may have been. I have to research that. Actually, let me pause. Okay, I looked it up. I know what happens after the sixth trial. I'm going to save that for later because it's a goodie. Okay, the prosecutor's name is Doug Evans, and like I said, he's an elected official. Let me tell you a little bit about Curtis. He was a singer. He sang in his church. Very good singer. Very good musician. He was a very devout Christian. He was a very simple soul. They said he was the class clown in school. He was always bringing smiles to people's faces. No history of violence. Anyway, you know, there was a lot of witnesses. There was a woman named Clemmy Fleming who testified at each and every trial. Now, first of all, she didn't come forward for 6 months after the murder. For 6 months after the murder, she didn't come forward. And at this particular time, the prosecutor and his team were going from house to house to house with a flyer that said there was a $30,000 reward for information leading to the conviction, blah, 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 of Curtis Flowers, to solve this case. So this woman comes forward. She's like, oh, hey, yeah, I saw him. So she testified that on the day of the murder, she saw him running from the back of the store. She saw him running. Now, there was testimony from one of her relatives that she was nowhere near that store. She said she was sitting here with me talking that whole morning. She wasn't there. She just wanted the money. People that interviewed her boyfriend said, she admitted to me that she just testified to get the money. She never got the money, but she testified in every single trial that she saw him. Then there was a person named Quirky Collins who said he saw a car in front of the store, saw Curtis getting out of the vehicle. He was shown photos in a lineup, and the photo, if you saw the photo lineup that he was shown, there's 6 pictures of people. Well, the picture of Curtis is like 3 times bigger than the other 5 pictures. So your eye is naturally drawn to that picture. So of course he picks that picture out of the lineup. Yeah. And then there's this guy named Doyle Simpson. Now this is another black man. The 911 call for the murders comes in at 10:20. At 10:30, Doyle Simpson calls in to report that someone stole his .380 gun out of his truck. Isn't that interesting? And there are witnesses that say they saw Doyle. Doyle was supposedly at work that morning. There are witnesses that said, no, he was not at work. We saw him driving into town and back from town. And following the murder, he disappears. Just vanishes. So, poor Curtis. So what happens after the 6th trial? Tune in tomorrow and I'll tell you what happens, because you might already know if you follow this case. I heard about this case through a podcast years ago. But anyway, it was a very, very interesting case. And it shows how some people in this country are still very, very small-minded. Yeah. Anyway, I digress. I will bring you the rest tomorrow. So let's do this day in history. Now, have you ever heard of Alcatraz? Why, no, Rebecca, we've never heard of that. Well, on August 11th, let me tell you a little bit about Alcatraz Island. It's off the shore of San Francisco. It's in the San Francisco Bay. It's just this rough island. The Spaniards occupied it many, many years ago. They built this structure there. Over the years, it's been used as a military prison. Then the military stopped using it, and the Indians decided they were going to occupy it because they, citing this treaty with the American government that says any unoccupied federal land, they can have it. So they were eventually, ousted. They left graffiti all over the place, and it then became a federal prison. It was, remodeled, cleaned up, and put into place as a federal prison for the very worst criminals. Also, criminals that had tendency toward trying to escape, because if you wanted to swim from Alcatraz to San Francisco, it's about 1.5 miles, and they have a marathon there every year, like I don't know what they call it, where you swim from Alcatraz to the shore. And there's been several attempts at escape, but nobody's ever been successful at escaping from Alcatraz. So they started moving federal prisoners into Alcatraz in 1934. And for many years, people would request to be transferred to Alcatraz, because at Alcatraz you would be in a cell by yourself, and many people thought if they were in a cell by themselves, they'd be protected from violence of the prison. And the warden of Alcatraz served really good food, because he believed that would resolve a lot of the tension and the fighting. He'd let people go back for seconds. People had access to libraries, magazines. So people would actually request, hey, I want to go to Alcatraz. But they eventually closed Alcatraz. Al Capone was housed there at Alcatraz. George Machine Gun Kelly was, he's an organized crime guy. He landed in Alcatraz. So, Robert Kennedy, U.S. Attorney General, in 1963 closed it, citing it was very expensive to maintain. They had run it for 29 years. It had housed more than 1,500 convicts. So at this point in time, it is part of the Golden Gate National Recreation Area. So it's a national park, so to speak. So people can go out there and tour Alcatraz. Yeah, how fun. Let's go tour. It's not on my bucket list. I guess if I'm ever in the area, maybe I'll stop by. I don't know. So, what do we know about Alcatraz? Let's see. Al Capone played a banjo in the Alcatraz band. How cool is that? Alcatraz is named after the seabirds, the pelicans that were there. And what else? Alcatraz was the home for the Pacific Coast's first lighthouse, and the country's worst criminals were not automatically shipped to Alcatraz. Most of the people that were shipped there were people that needed attitude adjustments. Yeah. Disobedient, incorrigible. Let's ship them to Alcatraz, yes. And that is this day in history. Yeah, so what happened this day in history? Okay. Oh, this is when it became a federal prison, I think. Is that the one? Yeah. Yeah. August 11th, 1934. For 29 years after that date in history, it housed federal prisoners, incorrigible federal prisoners. I'm sure that must have been a very fun group of people, huh? I hate when I have to go into the office. I really, really do. Okay, we're done with the iPad. We're done with the show. Another one in the history books. Do. So, I hope to see you tonight in Craft With Me Wednesday. Wednesday is this amazing night of lives. I'm not tooting my own horn. After me comes the Crafty Heifer. After her is D-Nick. You never know what he's going to do. He may be diamond painting. He might be playing Animal Crossing. But he does a really good live. D-Nick, and then Tia's Crazy Craft Addictions. And she's at 9:30 Central Time. And Tia is, if you need a laugh, go to Tia's live. Man, she never disappoints. Never. So, but I kick it all off at 6 p.m. Central. We're going to learn to make an easy crochet hat. You can do it. Get a 5.0 crochet hook, a skein of 4-weight yarn, and let's do it. Okay. Oh, she's turned into a cheerleader. All right, guys. I love you all. See you tonight or tomorrow in Crafting and Crime.